Welcome back guys to another GTA video, and in today's one, as you can see, we are back in the nightclub garage. I've got the police vehicles and the service vehicles all sorted out into position, and I've got a nice wee cap left there for the Gauntlet Interceptor coming with the Clock and Bell raid. But it's time to move on to the Legendary Motorsport vehicles from the Chop Shop DLC, and as you can see, we do only have two to purchase. The first one up is of course the Turismo Omaggio, and it's coming in at just over $2.8 million. And the second one is the Vapid Illusion, coming in at just over $1.8 million. So with both of them purchased, it's just a waiting game for them getting delivered. And just like that, there we go, there's the Omaggio, and there indeed is the Illusion. So we'll get these down to Hal's workshop and get them kitted out. I will however make a quick pit stop in at the agency to get some of the Manitech options put onto them. As you can see here, we are going to pop on the missile lock-on jammer onto the Omaggio. Now I didn't actually go back and check, but I'm pretty sure we can get some mines on that, so I'll do that after I've completed this upgrade here. So getting it into LS Customs and into Hal's workshop, we are going to put on, as usual, all of the performance upgrades, and also have a look at some of the customizations that we can do on it. Now the Omaggio itself, if you can't already tell, is heavily inspired by the Ferrari, and I'm pretty sure it is the Ferrari F8 Tributo, where it takes most of its inspiration from. The car itself was also featured in one of the Chop Shop robberies in the first set of 3 that were released, and I'm pretty sure it was the Gangbanger robbery where we first saw this one. And on that robbery, I do remember thinking to myself, I can't actually wait until I'm able to purchase this one, and I wish I had actually bought it earlier. On the drive down, the handling was actually pretty phenomenal in terms of the traction and grip, although the speed overall, I'm not sure if it's got a great top speed, but it certainly did handle really well. But we'll find that out just in a few moments once we get it into the test track, see how quickly it gets round there. But getting back to the customization, as you can probably tell so far, there is a vast number of options for you to choose from in terms of the customizations, and as you can see, I have gone with the forged carbon options where possible and whenever it does in fact suit the style of the vehicle. And as you can see here with the liveries, there are 23 different liveries that you can in fact choose from, and once we get to the end of the list, you can also see the free livery that we obtained as part of the 25th anniversary for Rockstar. But once again, we can in fact see that Rockstar have not skimped at all with the number of customizations when it comes to the liveries, and even with the style of the liveries, they're certainly kind of mixing it up with these newer ones that they're bringing out as well. And as you can see, I did in fact go with the Rockstar 25th anniversary livery that we got for free. And there you saw my new number plate, the Great Scott, which of course is inspired by the Back to the Future character Doc Brown. Moving on though to the paint job, and for some reason I just can't get away from these chameleon paints. I just think they look absolutely amazing. Maybe I should have went with the sort of traditional Ferrari red for this one, but I just couldn't get away from these chameleon paints, and I think I do in fact end up going with the baby blue pearl on this one. But getting back to the way the car looks with the customizations, we're moving on to the roof, and once again sticking with that forged carbon theme that I'm trying to go for. We can then move down onto the side skirts. When it does come to the customizations of any of the vehicles that I do, I tend not to follow any sort of plan of action. I just kind of go with the flow and see what feels good, what kind of mood I'm in on that particular day as well, in terms of the colours and the liveries. It's just whatever kind of jumps out and speaks to me. I also tend not to follow the inspiration behind any sort of particular vehicle. As you can see, this one was inspired by the Ferrari, but I'm in no way making it look like a Ferrari at all, steering away from the obvious Ferrari red. And also when it does come to the rear wings, it's probably the only one thing that I'm kind of particular on. I won't have anything outlandish on the rear wing. But again, that is just down to my own personal taste, and for anyone else that is out there buying and looking to customise these vehicles, just do whatever you feel like, whatever looks best for yourself. But as you can see, we are getting to the end of this customisation. There's just a few performance things left to put on, along with these vents. And once again, sticking with the forged carbon, jumping onto the wheels, and once again I'm sticking with my chrome high-end wheels, this time going with the Carbon S Racer wheels. But there you have it guys, that is it completed. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I do think it is about time we get this one into the test track and get it round for a hot lap. And for those of you wondering, that was a further 1.7 million on top of the 2.8 million cost of the car, bringing a total of £4.5 million for this vehicle and all its customisations. But let's get it around the test track and see how quickly it goes. And starting things off, I can say that the acceleration isn't actually too bad. I don't think it's quite as quick as the other supercars in its class in terms of the top speed, but it certainly does accelerate away fairly decently. And the best thing about this vehicle is of course its traction and grip. It is just handling as if it's on rails, and it does mean that we get it round in a time of 54.10 seconds. So it's definitely not up there with the top end supercars in its class, but it certainly is good at handling. Moving on though, we did have my Evolution, and after the upgrades we got it round for this lap here. Now this one on the other hand was a bit of a mumbus when it came to handling and speed and acceleration. It's certainly not the quickest vehicle out there, and with a price tag including customisations of just over 2.2 million, it's certainly not worthwhile spending your money on this unless you've got money to waste. But we did in fact get it round in a time of 1 minute 13.79 seconds. And there you have it guys. You can let me know in the comments what you think about the customisations and the cars, but that is it from me for today. If you did enjoy the video, do leave a like, and if you are new here, why not consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.